Welcome. Alright, well, I was gonna try streaming, but the internet is not that great for streaming right now, so I thought I would record an episode of some sort instead, and see how it goes. It could be terrible, it could be great. Let's find out. So I'm starting out in AO4. It's a digging game. I like to think of it as an adult playing in the sand pit with Tonka trucks. Because that's what it feels like. I'm going to start a new map for me. The Arctic Winter, mostly because right now up here in Canada it feels like an Arctic winter. It's cold, it's snowy, at least it is outside. Nice and warm in here. So start a new game. And we'll see where this goes. I have not played this map before, so I don't know how this is actually gonna go. Change my view. Change my tools. Because the default ones are kind of terrible. And I don't need the light. And I don't think there's any trees from what I could tell. So axe is pointless. So let's get a fast pickaxe, a fast sledge. And we'll leave the shovel full now and see how it goes. I don't need a metal analyzer, I don't think. So I don't know if this is like every other map where you can actually see where things are. Like, usually there's a discoloration where there's ores. But it doesn't look like there is. Is this darker? I don't know. That's dirt. It looks like there's almost, well, is this supposed to just be ice and snow on the top? Classic Minecraft mistake. Stick straight down. Ooh, level 2 already. That does not look like it's anything. Oh, you know what? I'm probably gonna have to invest in a drill. Well, we'll sell off this dirt for nothing. Where are we? Oh, here. Can I get it? No, I guess not. Alright. No, level 7. Okay, well, at level 2, I don't think we're getting that. So let's get that. And we're gonna need an excavator, which I'm terrible at. I don't really like the excavators, don't really do much from what I've tried, so this is gonna be a new experience for me. All right. Always love that. All right. Let's see. How do I attach that? I don't. I spawn vehicle? Let's go there. Well, that's impressive. Okay. How am I supposed to connect this? Knock it over? Nope. Alright. Okay. What are the controls for this? There. Out. Move forward. I just get close? No? Patch menu. Okay. Q. Okay. And how does it attack? Oh. Okay. That doesn't look healthy. Okay. Q. Like this. And it is. Okay. Now what? Let's try and zoom in a little bit. In air. Down. Release. Depth. 25. Dirt. How do I activate this? No. That's lights. That's that. I don't get it. How do I drill? Controls don't really say. Okay, I'm gonna have to look this up. Settings, controls, excavator. Rotate tool. Oh, it's the arrow commands. Okay. Oh, there we go. And it's nothing but pay dirt. That is way down. Where are we at? So it's dirt up to... I don't know how to read that. 18? 7. Is that like height above sea level or something? Because the number doesn't go up, it goes down. Pay dirt is about 10. And the top it's like 440. Talking about 440 meters. I don't know if that's correct. Is that centimeters? I don't know. I don't know. No idea. So I got pay dirt that I could get at, but let's lift this up. I could figure out how the controls work. Okay. So if I dig a lot, I can get it pay dirt. Which, I mean, it's frozen tundra, so I guess digging a lot is par for the course. So let's try over here. See where that goes. Looks dark off in the distance there. See if we get any different readings from different spots. See if there's a better spot to start digging. Now we're gonna be limited for what we can do just because I don't have a lot of money left now. between the tools and buying this excavator. What I might do is just get a shovel for this and just get a little bit of money. And see if we can expand a bit. Just a little bit to the top, and then see how it goes. Wow, this is slow. One thing I like in this game is they have the trucks here. Just regular trucks. But it's not really like cargo trucks. Because this says it'll transport materials. This is just run around so that you don't have to walk everywhere. This dumps materials. I mean, that's if you want to do Skycam or something. It's like for, I don't know what's the word, not stop motion, I don't remember, doesn't matter. Yeah, so there's lots of trucks here, but there's nothing to transport the vehicles. Like, some of them are pretty fast, like the loaders are fast, the trucks are fast, obviously you can do whatever. But these, like, the dozers and the excavators are really slow. So it would be nice to have a truck that you could put these on. Like in real life, there's actual transport trucks that you put the vehicle on the back end and like the back trailer, and then just the transport takes the vehicle to the job site, and then the vehicle gets off and does whatever. Whoa, what am I doing? There we go. Maybe. Ugh, I'm terrible at this. There. Yeah, so it'd be nice if there was like a transport vehicle that you could drive this onto, drive the vehicle to wherever you go because it's faster, and then drop off the vehicle and then go wherever. I mean, I know you can recall the vehicles and then just reposition, but I mean, not very immersive. Is that the word? I don't know. Alright, let's check this. Iron ore. Awesome. And it's not that very far down. Yeah, so the top is at 583, and the iron ore starts at 530. Yeah, so... Alright. This seems like a good spot. How do I disconnect this thing? Here. There. Okay. Right? Okay. Leave you there. And move around a bit. I probably should have dropped that off somewhere else. Okay. Whoops. Out of that. Right. Oh, I am terrible at this. Okay. Alright. We got 185,000. And we're gonna need to sell somehow. So either I need a hopper to collect and then sell by hand. Or where is this? Equipment. No. Buildings. Buildings. Workbenches. Nope. Investment? Yeah, there. So it's 13,000 for a sell point. Which, if I load it into that, like dump it into it, it'll automatically sell it. Or I get a hopper. Yeah, this is only 4,500. So let's go with that. Because I don't even need power or anything for this. Because if you don't power it, all it does is collect stuff. So if I dump it into there, then I can manually get it out, put it in my inventory, and then sell it. Alright, yeah. I also need a scoop of some sort. Loaders. Okay. So I've got enough left over for a loader. Or I could get a bucket for it, for the existing excavator. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna do what I normally do and just stick with a loader. I've got enough for this one. Where are we at? Capacity is 6.5. I don't know how this affects stuff. This is 6.5 as well, so there's no difference except for like fuel usage. Yeah, so this uses less fuel. Power is 152. So this is more powerful, but it's also more fuel. Has the same capacity. This has a larger capacity. Decent power. High fuel use. So I don't know whether that's better or worse. This will put more in at a time. Yeah, let's go with this. All right. Decision made. You guys can just chill. Let's get this guy here. Never gets old watching that. I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna switch to grid build. I actually like grid build better. I mean, just for making buildings and stuff. That should be good. I mean, it doesn't have to be fancy at this point, because there's no power to run this. Whoops. There we go. Dig away. Well, now that I think about it, I have just parked the excavator right on top of the ore that I actually have to dig up. Oh well, I'll figure it out later. I'm not concerned. Alright. Well, it's... Ooh. I didn't realize it did that. That's cool. It digs out its own spot. That's cool. Alright. I'm gonna dig a pathway downwards. Trying to level. I think this is dirt. We'll have to go quite a ways to get at the iron. I'll dig it for a bit, and then we'll see what's in the hopper and sell what we've got. I'd use the excavator, but I'm really not good with it. I've got more practice with the loader, but at least the controls are less. So, I mean, I'm not very bright, so keeping track of controls is not really that great. So with more controls, I get confused and then just can't. So I'll stick with what I can do. If you're better at the excavator, great. I'm not. So let's stick with this. I'm trying to get a little bit better at some of the other machines that are there. Because there's so many vehicles here. And it'd be fun to play around with them. But some I just can't handle. I don't know if this is enough. Is this dirt or hay dirt? Some of it, well, I guess it's just weird looking. The good thing is, at least with the dirt, like everything that you sell gets you money. And everything that you dig and sell gets you experience. Which, I mean, at this point, the experience isn't gaining you much. But I mean, it is a game still in development, so things change all the time. I mean, the first time that I played it, and which was quite a while ago, is so much different than what it is now, that it might as well be a different game. It's changed that drastically in its development. And that's the cool thing about early access games, I find, is you can actually, well, at least for some games at least, the developers will listen, and this game is one of them, is that if something does work, they make it better, and if something doesn't work, they take it out. And you can see that progression as you're playing the game. Because, like, I've heard from other YouTubers that, not that I know the YouTubers, but in their videos and that, like, even in this game, they've contacted the developer and said, oh, this feature is great, but it could be like this, and like next day or like a week from then it's suddenly this way, because the developers actually listen to the feedback and decide, oh hey, this is a great idea, let's do it. And it just makes a better game. Alright, let's see what we've got. Oh. I am digging all iron ore. Okay. Well, I'll take it. Ooh, I have discovered iron. Ooh. Iron. Awesome. I have no idea how I discover any of this. So, alright. Skills tree. We've got 15 points, but other than running, I don't see why we would need to do any of that. Alright, let's sell some stuff. Dirt. Ooh. That's nice. Can't really get a whole lot yet. The dozer might be nice to get. Just because it'll make getting in and out of things and making like roads and stuff a little bit easier. Because the loaders are great for digging, but as far as flattening is concerned, it's not great. Because that's not what they're designed to do. Oop. Losing the load. There we go. So we'll see if we can get to like 400,000, maybe, and then get the only real dozer that we can get. Because I think the other one was like 800,000. Whoop! Don't do that. There we go. Because if I get a dozer, I can flatten this out a bit, and then... Nope, I'm gonna straighten this out a bit. Now I haven't decided what other stuff that I'm gonna do with this, like as far as manufacturing or anything like that is concerned. So we'll just play it by ear at this point. But this iron node seems to be quite big, so I might get a smelter or something in here attached to the... Well, that's not what I want to do. Really need that dozer. I mean, I can get a shovel and flatten stuff by hand, but I kind of think of the shovels and that like almost like a terrain tool in another game, usually locked behind developer tools. I mean, it's great in a pinch, but there's so many cool vehicles that you can use that do the same thing. And so many options. I mean, this map is huge. And you can go anywhere. So if I get to a point that I can't dig here, I'll just find another spot to dig. I mean, and if I can't afford another vehicle to do whatever the hand tool can do, I'll just make the hole bigger or whatever. And what I might do, depending on how this map works, is try and make it that for the... Because with this, you can build stuff. So you can buy concrete blocks and steel doors, steel blocks, staircases, whatever. Even wood. I mean, wood's gonna be difficult to duplicate just because I don't see any trees, so wooden blocks, can't make it myself. But with the other blocks, there's workbenches that you can create things with. So this one makes wood block. These ones make all the concrete blocks. And then you can manually do ore smelting, which might do that. But there's also CNC cutter. Lets you build this stuff, but you need the materials to do it. So what I might do is, instead of buying these to put them in and set up the factory, I will force myself to make it manually. So I'll have to make the steel, I'll have to make it on the CNC cutter in order to make it work. But we'll see. But since I've found iron, I might just do that. But if I want to build with concrete, I'm probably gonna have to either go to those hills, because assuming that mountains would have easier access to stone, which the stone is what I'd need to get for concrete. That might be a better thing to do. And if I build a factory close to where I have all the materials to build the factory with, and then just for the other stuff, just get a dump truck and ferry the ores and everything that I find wherever back to the factory. That might be a good way to do it. I'm not sure. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, aluminum ore, gold, and lithium. You know what? What I might do is we'll sell this dirt and get 4 of these guys. Actually, looks like grid building is not the greatest in this spot. Well, let's just do this. Okay, one. Maybe not. Okay, try this again. I'll switch to snap building. So it kind of snaps to the ground. 2, 3, 4. And I think in... Ooh. I'm gonna do... Make... Oh, that's a lot of iron. Yeah, we'll just do that. Nope, that's not what I want. Do the aluminum. I mean, it would be better if I did more of the smelters for the iron, because it would go faster. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that instead. How many was it? Like 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. And just do this. 1, 2, 3. Oops. I forgot to take it back out. And we'll do these individually. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. There. Because then we'll get more iron faster. And I think that the bars that are produced from this should sell for more than the ores will. I think. So if we convert everything to bars, we should get more money for all of this. Okay, let's sell this and see what happens. Wasn't a whole lot. I don't remember what we started at, but it's something at least. We should at least get the amount that I spent on this back, and then as I dig more, I can keep shoveling it into this and then let it process. And then we can work up to getting a dozer. It should make digging this out a lot easier. At least being able to build roads and stuff. And then process as much as we can. Get as much as we can. And then maybe head towards one of these mountains somewhere. dig into the mountain, see if there's some stone in there, and then be able to make some concrete so that we can start building a proper factory. Because the conveyoring system and that stuff. So you can get a smelter for 10,000, which should process these materials faster, and then we wouldn't need to do manual because it would just feed right in. But with that, we need power, which is a lot. We need like power poles, these inputs that will operate the conveyor system, and then like conveyors, which each link in the conveyor is like 5 grand. So we're gonna need quite a bit of money to be able to build all of this and get it up and running. Not to mention how much it will take to get the rest of the building materials for like an official factory. So I don't want to just dump these things in the middle of nowhere. I want to get an actual factory with concrete and steps and all of that, so that it looks nicer. But I think that's where I'm gonna end it for today. And hopefully, if you like this, I'll continue to make more of these episodes. So have a great day. Like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. And I will see you later. Bye.